Hi guys, and welcome to a coffee chat. I'm Dr. Boomer Brown with Doing Good at Work. Well, we're talking about being effective, being an effective person. And we've chosen to discuss this by looking at the tool called the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Hence, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, circle around, make 7 habits that make you effective. Now, effective means that you're growing from where you're dependent on others to becoming independent, dependent on yourself, to where you move to interdependence, where others are involved in that prospect, and it's us working together. And so this is the model of effectiveness that Dr. Stephen Covey shares with us in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, last week we talked about the first habit, to be proactive, and we gave you 2 tools there. The first tool was the circle of concern with the circle of influence inside. To be proactive means you take more than just initiative. You stay very focused on what area of your life that you have influence in. You increase your influence by exercising your focus and your due diligence to be proactive there in the area of influence, and that expands into the circle of concern. We also talked to you about that proactive people know that certain stimuli comes against them and they could react, leading to a reaction, but in between the stimuli and the reaction is a choice. Proactive people make good choices so that they experience private victories and they continue to move up the ladder in their effectiveness. Now this week, we want to move to habit 2. It's the habit that says we begin with the end in mind. Now, Dr. Covey clearly says that if you want to go somewhere, you've got to define the destination that you want to go to. He gives us an idea in understanding where we begin. We begin inside ourselves, and we begin with a purpose. He says that where we need to begin is by defining our mission, by going through some exercises where we define our mission. Our mission is then linked to some values and spending some time doing some value identification. So if you know your mission, your why, your purpose, and your passion lights you, it will help you to know those things that you value most and keep value alignment there, because you will exercise these 2 things in the roles that you engage yourself in. Most people have 4 to 5 roles that they engage themselves. Any more of that, and it's probably too many. So if you have a good mission, know where you're going, have values that keep you like guardrails, going straight, know the roles that you're doing, then you can set goals. What we see is most teaching says set goals, set goals, set goals. The problem is there's 3 steps before you goal set. Once you have your goals, to begin with the end in mind and to head toward the destination that you want to, you do that by daily organizing your activities, your calendar, your event schedule, the duties and the to-do list, all the things that you want to get done. You link those to the time that you have. You have 1,440 minutes in each day. And a proactive person wants to use those, being very focused on beginning with the end in mind and moving toward these things. So these are the first 2 habits that lead us from being dependent on others to being independent, where we can drive ourselves. This will lead us into these public habits that will help us have public victories later. But for right now, focus on being proactive and beginning with the end in mind. And come back next week and I'll share habit number 3. I look forward to seeing you next time on a coffee chat.